was a sunny, unseasonably warm day in winter. The sky was blue, the birds were singing, and the road underneath was disappearing under the lengthy bonnet of the car. I saw some horses in the paddocks alongside this lonely stretch of tarmac on the other side of the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, and thought to myself, I've never been kicked by a horse. Then I planted my right foot, and got what I can only assume to be a fair idea of what it might be like to cop a horseshoe to the Harrys. I was driving the 2017 Ferrari GTC4 Lusso, which grasped the horizon and gripped it, throwing me, and the car, at it at an eye-watering pace. This mega-engine four-seater is the brand's most practical offering, a hatchback for all intents and purposes, and with all-wheel drive for some extra sensibility. But, really, sensible? A Ferrari, sensible? Don't be silly. This is a $578,000, V12-powered hunchback with a heck of a temper, a car that does nothing by half measures. Four-wheel steering helps it tug you around corners, which it does like a much smaller car, and even with all-wheel drive there's, supposedly, plenty of traction to be had, too. But thump the throttle when the tires are cold, or when you're powering out of a corner. Or just about any time when you don't apply pressure in a measured way, and back end will step out, with good reason. The 12-cylinder engine makes the GTC4 Lusso one of just a few cars on the market with more than 500 kilowatts, a staggering 507 kilowatts at 8,000 revolutions per minute, to be exact, and it has a handy 697 Newton-meters of torque at 5,750 revolutions per minute, too. Too much power? You could consider the V8 Turbo GTC4 Lusso T, 449 kilowatts of power, but 760 Newton-meters of torque, different strokes, as they say. The top speed is 335 kilometers per hour, according to Ferrari. I believe that figure, but I wouldn't dare try and reach it on public roads here in Australia. It feels like you're going fast at just 100 kilometers per hour in this thing if you're in the right gear, and it'll take just 3.4 seconds to get to that speed. The red line is way up at 8,250 revolutions per minute, and boy, oh boy, does the engine like finding its way there, as it shuffles through 7 gears with its dual-clutch gearbox. The shifts are rapid, clinical under hard acceleration. It's hard to describe the bellow and shriek that emanates from the quad exhausts of the GTC4 Lusso, so I put together an audio review in order for you to hear it for yourself. The sound in itself is enough to make you want one of these cars, not to mention the immense response from the demonic V12 engine, which happens to use 15.3 liters of 98 Romanian lei premium fuel per 100 kilometers, but who cares? It's not all about the engine and the noise, this is also a superbly balanced and controllable supercar. The steering is ultra-sharp, even if its nose is long and heavy. And even if the Formula One-like steering optional wheel, with its discombobulating array of controls and switches, takes some getting used to. The carbon fiber finishes, the Manettino drive selector, the push-button ignition, wiper controls, headlight controls, not to mention the massive carbon paddles, are a joy to behold.